rabbi who told me a story recently about how two of his
Okay.
congregants got divorced because his convert wife to Judaism wouldn't stop using the air fryer on Shabbos.
Wow. And what happened to her?
She refused. She kept, he kept putting the air fryer away and like hiding it from her on Shabbos, but she was addicted to potato chips or fries or French fries basically, and she kept
Yeah.
doing your cooking recipe, and literally her Orthodox husband got a get because she was so addicted to cheese and French fries. It's a potato addiction. I This is why I really there's a lot of documentaries that go into potato addiction. It's very interesting.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm
I
totally
can level
joking.
with
I
them
hope,
people. Yeah.
but it's true.
No. Yeah.
There's fat people that go to Jack in the Box and get cheesy fries, and they're addicted to fucking eating cheesy
Dude,
fries.
I'm telling you the truth. I eat cheese and potatoes every day now.
Yeah.
Because of the whole get rid of the cheese and the meat thing in Orthodoxy. I kind of looked into that and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, and then I started looking into it more, and I realized that I really shouldn't be eating meat unless I'm like willing to kill an animal, and a lot of times I'm not really willing to kill an animal, so I don't really like all this variety and stuff, so I just keep it to cheese and potatoes and peanut butter and jelly, and that's my diet, and water, and
Have
that's
you?
basically it.
Oh yeah, you know about water. Oh, that's great.
Isn't that nice?
There's
It's
a
hard water.
there's a
It doesn't
bu-
have any, all that chemical stuff
there
that the blacks, blame their behavior because of the lead in the water. I heard that yesterday. It was amazing. Don't have any of that stuff.
have you ever gotten really drunk and then had yourself like a big glass of ice water and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot there's this stuff called water. It's neutral. Like, I mean, meaning that you can, drink to excess on a weekend or something and you get dehydrated and it's so
I
resplendent
think I
or
have experienced this, like
yeah.
subconsciously. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an awareness thing. And people who sit at bars that drink beers, like there's people on this app that drink 24 beers a day, and
That's
they're
awful.
yeah, it's like don't you
Well, once
remember
you get
there's
it,
this
you
thing
lose
called
your full
water?
stop to it.
Yeah. But I mean yeah, basically. And that's true with anybody who has an eating disorder or a consumption disorder.
Hey, Mix said, are you observant?
Yes.
Okay. How do you feel about rinsing your mouth out, and then you can mix the meat and the dairy?
Okay, so that rule isn't for meat to dairy, it's from dairy to meat. If you just had cheese, the argument is that you've got like residue on your teeth. So one opinion is that you can wash your mouth out or like have some bread to absorb it. I think the bread is considered better than washing. And then you can have a meal. And the other says you gotta wait like 30 minutes.
Okay,
What
so that's for dairy to meat. What about meat to dairy?
Meat to dairy is way worse. Meat to
Oh,
dairy,
that's prohibited?
no.
Or you gotta wait 3 hours?
Meat to dairy, strictly speaking, the prohibition is literally cooking a kid in the milk of its mother. That gets
Yes.
extended to any animal with any milk through whatever legal mechanisms they want to claim. In terms of separating from the meal, like if I just had a steak and then right after I want to have a cheesecake, technically that is a separate meal, but under custom, we wait. And you'll find differing arguments for how long Jews wait. The source in the Gemara, which people use as the source, was a guy that would not have meat and milk on the same day.
Okay. So it's obligatory then, meat to dairy. You have to wait at least, pretty regular, about 3 hours. Is that correct?
No, 3 hours is like a concession. The best claim was separate meals. That's the real origin, separate meals. In different areas, that got understood as 6 hours being the difference between meals. And in different places where they had multiple meals, they sometimes developed different waiting times, like 3 hours or half an hour in the Netherlands because like they eat all the time or something.
Okay, so is a certain time obligatory or not?
Pure custom. That's pure custom. The real law is don't mix meat and milk. And like you should know, if you've got some meat or some milk in your mouth, you don't want to be mixing those flavors to have at the same time. So like it's just the separation, and then people wait longer to, I don't know, measure each other's Torah against each other.
What about?
Okay, so let me see. I got this straight. So it's dairy to meat. You just rinse your mouth out or eat some bread, and then meat to dairy. You say in Dutch, it's at least 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Gotcha. And what if you don't have a clock?
You don't have a clock?
Yes. You just kind of gauge it, just feel it out.
No, I mean,
or how does it?
they've always known how to track the day. The big points are like, sunrise, sunset, midday. That divides the day into two halves. And then
Gotcha. You need like a sundial.
And you have your hour.
A potato dial.
A potato dial. Yo, this is brilliant.
Yeah, and prior to clocks, they used to count their potatoes on the rack. They go 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato, more, and eventually they get to 60 potatoes, and they go 1. And you see what I'm saying? They get to 30 potatoes. They got 30 minutes, and this is how you chop it up. Mixed, I gotta ask you a question, Mixed. What do you do with regards to fingernail clippings? When do you cut your fingernails? What do you do with your fingernail clippings?
I collect them and throw them in the trash.
Ribono Shel Olam, then you don't know the Jewish custom.
I do know the Jewish custom. Don't leave fingernails on the floor because a pregnant woman could sit on them and miscarry.
No, in the shtetls, you got to understand everything. People were so poor back in 1650 that even your fingernail clippings could have some kind of value. So my point is, on Shabbos, when you lit 2 candles and you prayed to Hashem and you had nothing except for a cow and a couple potatoes and you lived in a mud hut in the middle of Siberia, your fingernail clippings and even cutting your fingernail clippings, it's all ceremonial magic. Ribono Shel Olam.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, because when you're so poor, everything is magical. You see what I'm saying? Even having a fucking piece of metal to cut your fingernails and clean your fingernails. You see him? How poor you can be when you got dirty fingernails for 20 fucking years. You know what that's like?
I wonder if that's why America.
Yeah.
Maybe America, in its perpetual thirst for wealth, leaves itself in a state of perpetual poverty, constantly seeking to explain their horrible circumstance. Because obviously, they can't stay here. They have to move. They have to get faster, above. Everyone else is competing. So they probably turn to religion sometimes.
Mixed, you have said that your goal is to do Aliyah, right?
Yes.
So you're working here with your wife, you got a job, supposedly this is your background noise, and supposedly you got a job, and supposedly you're saving up so you can go, move to some kibbutz or move to Tel Aviv or go, however successful your money will take you, you're going to go and choose your optimal living space in Yerushalayim, correct?
There's no such thing as an optimal living space, but yeah, I prefer living in Israel.
But you're already a dual citizen, right?
Nope.
Oh, you haven't done. Okay, well,
I just want to count America and New York as dual citizenship, which you could. It's not crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess Mazel Tov on your great journey, and Ribono Shel Olam, I hope you do your Aliyah soon. It's better to do it now than it is to wait, because I'll tell you the truth. With your intelligence, if you move to Israel now and you worked for an Israeli law firm, you're already dual citizen. You're already dual national, and you shouldn't.
Think it is. Immigrants everywhere are immigrants. I don't care how Jewish you are. If you come from America and you move to Israel, where everyone's speaking Hebrew, you're an immigrant. You better pick up a shovel and learn how to work.
Well, my point is, yeah, that's a good point.
Learn how to cook potatoes.
Well, that's
the immigrant experience. You asked me why am I maintaining the wealth or something? Because I'm an American. That is the community I know. That is where I can do the most good in this world, gain the most value, and protect my family the best. I will go to Israel, but I can't go there as an immigrant. If I go as an immigrant with no money, I'm endangering the life of my family. So
yeah.
I go here where I have the expertise.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I think the thing is to recognize, like you said, when you go in there, you're the immigrant. So the point is, if you think that money can supersede that immigrant status, I think you're wrong. I think it's a
No, none of money
psychological.
supersedes the immigrant status. You gotta understand. What I like about Israel is that it is designed by Jews for Jews. The Jews that I like,
Jew
speak
boo!
English to.
Wait.
Listen,
Fubu.
Jews that I like and
Jew
speak
boo.
English to are still there, and they live more comfortably in a Jewish lifestyle because of the state of Israel. I want to be there not to hang out with the Israelis, who I will probably never understand and probably hobble through whenever I try. I'm there for the English-speaking Jews that still want to live in a Jewish state. I want to be with the immigrants. I just want money so I don't have to struggle because I've got a family.
Right, but that's what all the Israeli Jews there that you'll meet want the exact same thing. They're all on the struggle in Israel, and they're all below the income threshold for regular standards of living. They're all struggling, all of them, all these young kids, and that's why they go to the army because, well, everybody goes to the army. You don't need money in the army. Your housing, your clothing, your food is provided for. You don't need money. But the thing is,
but I'm not in the army.
obviously, but what I'm telling you is when you go to Israel, you realize real quick that everybody's on the fucking mend, that nobody is doing well. Everybody's in the fucking shook trying to sell you a fucking plastic flip flops. That's the difference.
People are doing fine there. You just got to know where to look.
No, obviously, but that's the intercontinental, dilettante Jew. That's the smart, educated, multicultural
No.
American. They've got international ties, whether it's France or Chicago or Miami or Beverly Hills.
Listen, the Judaism that I like, the Jews I want to spend time with, are in a back end corner of Israel that is boring to you. Because I'm a boring person that wants to live in the burbs with a boring small community and go to temple regularly and pay my taxes. I don't want to be in a city. I hate cities. I genuinely think that the Torah hates cities. I think that Babel and New York are two iterations of the same coin. You don't know what Jewish life is like because Jewish life at the lowest level is out in the field boring like the Christians in the middle of nowhere, and you don't know what their life is like either because they're too remote from the central authorities of propaganda that produce their explanations of the world.
So you mean that Judaism does not encourage, building and city life? That's what you mean?
Wow.
I think that the Torah is opposed to it.
So the Torah is opposed to development?
No, I think the Torah is skeptical of multiple different ethnicities flourishing well together within a single building.
I'm sorry, Summer.
So you mean like it's against mixing up with other people? That's what you mean?
No, I think they're going to fight. I've been to Manhattan. I know what happens. They all fight.
Yeah, state tribal, absolutely.
The only thing that resolves the inherent conflict, which is at the bedrock of New York, is the fascist level of police control they exercise over literally concrete corridors they own, operate, and control. I'm very skeptical of cities. I don't think that cities work. I don't think skyscrapers work. Every time they pop up, everyone complains. Oh, everyone's a loafer. Nobody here knows each other. And then they separate. They go away, just like in the story of Babel. People don't live in
No, you mean like the Jews
They
that
walk
just fight
through
with each other in Manhattan? You mean the Jews fight with each other in Manhattan?
No. The citizens of Manhattan fight with each other, you dense anti-Semite. It is not made up of only Jews.
No, but like,
Yikes.
dance anti-Semite, well, you're dance Arab, so whatever.
Nice. Dance macabre.
What the heck? Anyway,
It's a dance.
You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. And if they don't dance, then leave them behind. Oh.
wait, so like,
Wait,
is it true?
Oh, that's a jam, baby.
The Jewish persona is just similar to the Arab persona, right? Like, you guys are also jealous of each other, and your time is money and all that bullshit.
You know, I thought I was an anti-Semite.
No,
You really are one, though. I'm just I'm just a Holocaust denier. That's all.
Right.
Yeah, but there's a difference. Yeah.
Here's what you have to learn. I've met a few like white American guys that like have anti-Semitic leanings, and then they follow me into these rooms and they meet the Arabs of the world, and they just go like, "Oh, my bad. Apparently apparently I'm not that close.
Wait.
Brings
You
me
mean
great joy.
Arabs? Wait. You mean like Arabs are more anti-Semite?
I told you I'm a philo-Semite, man. I'm just a Holocaust denier, so there's a difference. Anyways.
I don't trust Jews. Jews, when they meet up with each other, they have different personalities. So.
I wouldn't agree with that.
No, you wouldn't agree until you see it. I just try to be a Palestinian living there.
All I know is you can dance if you want to. Look, it's all about potatoes, okay? Just try and get as many potatoes as you possibly can. And you'll be fine.
But that's what
That's
you want in life, Mexet. This is your dream, is just to live in a place so that
It is. It is. I just...
Yeah, really, like, that's all what you want? You're just a simple Jewish person who doesn't want to take anything, and you just want to live in a village surrounded by Jews. That's it.
No.
No. By the way, let me say something.
Yeah, I just want a potato field. That's literally all. Like, literally,
That's what we want.
that's literally all I want.
Something about their country. In their
And a
country,
family.
And
that's it.
5% of the population, they are not Israelis. They are Israelis, but they are not Jewish. So they have a big mix. They have Baha'is, they have Christians, Sunnah, Shia, Druze. They have everything, by the way. They live. Most of them, they are not, by the way, they are not religious, right? The religious ones are a minority, so they do identify as Jews, But in reality, it's like no, they are more scientific. I will not say atheists, but yeah, they are more scientific.
Scientists as well. Some of them are physicists. Some of them invented the atomic bomb.
You mean like Robert Oppenheimer?
No, he wasn't a
He's
religious,
not. He's
but
not
he
a
was
Jew.
Jewish.
Robert Oppenheimer was a Jew? Of course not. He used to work for Adolf Hitler. Of course not.
Wait, who are you saying?
You don't. Robert Oppenheimer.
You didn't know that Oppenheimer was
Like
Jewish?
his position was a Jew.
Wait, what's his name? I'm sorry.
Robert Oppenheimer. He used to work for Adolf Hitler.
Oh, that was some video, right? Some movie.
I don't know if there's a movie on that, but he's known.
Who is he? Who is this guy?
He was a top physicist, and he used to be Adolf Hitler's top, one of the top scientists. You see?
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's so much propaganda around it. I don't know anymore.
Julius Robert Oppenheimer was born into a non-observant Jewish family in New York City on April 22nd, 1904. To Ella Ney Friedman, a painter, and Julius Seligman Oppenheimer, a successful tech.
So you cannot call Adolf Hitler as an anti.
So he didn't work for Hitler. I don't think so.
Yeah.
What year was he born?
You're insane.
Guys.
Wait. What year was he born?
You are wrong. Look it up. He used to be Hitler's top.
Born in New York City in 1904.
Guys,
Oh, he could have worked for Hitler. But why would a Jew leave America? That doesn't even make sense.
No, you understand.
After World War II,
He went there studying physics. And also,
World War II.
Hold on.
1945.
Dude, one at a time, please.
yeah, well, where are you walking? You thought he wasn't Jewish.
Oh my God.
After World War II, 1945, okay, the Americans, they got two submarines, the U-239 and U-234, okay? And the Germans made them play a wild goose chase, the Canadians and the Americans. Anyway, they got the uranium that they used on the Nagasaki and Hiroshima, okay? And they got their top scientists, like Robert Oppenheimer. They did not get him on the submarine. They got, I believe, Kettle. I forgot his first name.
Did he work for Hitler or no?
Robert Oppenheimer, yes, he's the
Clark
top scientist.
against Hitler.
No.
Okay, thank
Very
you.
early. Later, after
This
the
is
war,
just
the
more
Americans-
propaganda around the Hitler, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's endless. It really is
And by
endless.
the way, I don't
Guys.
like all this hatred against Hitler because, like, some of his leadership choices were pretty solid.
Guys,
I appreciate that.
Robert Oppenheimer used to work for.
Invasion of Poland,
You are
the
crazy, man.
France was amazing.
He was
was not. He was communist.
Too many bunny hop, not enough hunt. That's what I'm telling you. You bunny problem. You too many bunny hop, not enough hunt. This is why you are here and why you are chopping it up.
Rabbit. I don't know your reference, and you could confirm this. People say to you, Oppenheimer, he is a Jew. He was born in New York, United States. Yes, he went to study in Netherlands and UK, and yes, he meet a German Nazi scientist. Work with Hitler, but not Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was a communist, basically communist, more than Jew. So how he worked for Hitler? Goddamn.
You can easily look it up. That's all what I will have to say. Easily look it up.
Okay, give me
Yeah,
the
guys,
link.
just
I will wait you. Give me the link.
like there's a bio.
You go check Google, check ChatGPT. Anything you like, it's filled. The internet's filled. It's like Robert Oppenheimer used to work for. Are you kidding?
Yeah, you know, I haven't really looked into why they invaded France much. Oh, he's out. Yeah.
Without Mixed, we have lost the mentat in the room. Suddenly there is a vacuum. But that part has arrived. That part will fill the vacuum, fill the void with the high value intelligence because he has a picture of all his fantasy books.
Yeah, let's let him in.
How can he speak Arabic accent so
I think
well?
I remember this guy.
We can speak in Hebrew accent.
لا لا أنا بعرف شوي عربي. I prefer speaking in Arabic.
No. Speak ببكشة. مشروع خزين.
If you want, we can speak Farsi. دلم برات خلتن شده.
You know what's weird?
What is weird?
Please hear my therapy session. You know what's weird, right? If you deny the Holocaust, you know, Jews get upset. But the thing is, you know, Holocaust deniers want less Jewish deaths. So it's like, wouldn't you like appreciate that?
They get upset of everything, actually. I tried them. They get
No,
upset.
I don't think so. I don't really think so. The Holocaust thing is very touchy, which I can understand.
Yeah, but for both sides, for the deniers and for the people, you know, who push back against the deniers, the historical revisionists, and particularly Howard Irving. Do you know who he is, the British author?
Yeah, I don't think that's his name. David Irving. Yeah.
David Irving, yeah. Highly controversial because, you know, in many ways he's running a white supremacist networking group. You know, when he holds conferences and presents his books, it brings all these white people out of the woodwork who have this like hidden white consciousness, or this like proposed hidden white consciousness according to the media. So it's highly controversial.
It is proposed by media, yeah.
Yeah, it's highly controversial. A lot of it is just like propaganda against, you know, white conscious thought, I suppose. I don't know. But the thing is, like, to deny the Holocaust is like denying World War II. I don't care if you call it potato or potato. I mean, to me, Holocaust, I believe, means burnt sacrifice. So in that regard, there were so many innocent people everywhere that were killed innocently, just like in the Gaza Strip right now. All those children that die from a bomb explosion 3 doors down. I mean, it's like, when you see that child, what's the difference whether they were in Auschwitz and gassed with Zyklon B or blown up by a Raytheon Northrop Grumman, you know, a JDAM that took out the whole block? Like, what's the difference?
Thank you, Zen. And let me tell you, I take off my hat.
Actually, no, Summer's cooking. Summer's cooking. Here it is.
Summer's cooking what?
You're cooking. Go ahead and cook.
Cooking what?
Mixed, you're back. Hey, buddy.
Alright.
You know.
So there you
Good
go.
to see you again.
But the thing is about Auschwitz, it's like the Jews, they always have like their propaganda. It's like if they hate somebody, they are gonna destroy his reputation, just like Hitler. They're just gonna destroy his reputation and make him hated forever. But
and there's also reparations involved.
I'm not cooking.
There's money involved.
I'm not cooking.
So they can't go that guy.
When they die, they just shut up. They just die and die. That's it.
So Hitler become a good person now. So he need to have a better reputation.
I I'm
So
not saying
Hitler become
Hitler was
a
a
good.
good person. I
Come
don't
on,
mention
come on,
he was a good
come
person
on.
or a bad person, but at the
Go
same
to
time,
like John
Hitler was one of the
no one.
Hitler was one of the greatest men of all time.
Yes, I know you are Nazi.
He's more of a messiah than Jesus Christ.
But for someone as an Arab, like to somehow defend Hitler, he need you to make his reputation bad. Goddamn. What about Gypsy people? They are like.
Listen. I take that back about Jesus, but Hitler is a messiah figure, absolutely. He was a martyr, just like Jesus, at least according to the New Testament.
He will become a good member of NSM movement. Really.
What is this?
I don't think the Messiah is going to commit suicide.
Nationalist socialist movement in United States of America.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know,
That's called the Democrat Party, honest.
he hasn't proven his messiahship, just like Jesus. But he gave his life fighting the good fight.
Jesus was Yahudi, so I know, like, maybe he's not.
He
like,
died in honor.
But the thing about Hitler
To
is
those who know,
he was a Jew
with a happy heart.
Like you know, he was a Jew that fought in World War One, and then like you know the
A
funny
Jew.
thing is,
Yeah, that's funny.
yeah, but Hitler was
It's
a
been
Jew.
debunked. It's been debunked.
No,
There's no proof for it.
he's
Oh, hey, that is a patrilineal too. I like that. But I'm sorry, dude. I have to tell you, I am a Holocaust denier. Hey, can I tell him your last name?
Yeah, he's
Well,
suspected.
they might give you honor.
No one knows the father of Alois.
No,
Okay.
no. Can I tell him your last name?
Hey Zen, who's my great grandfather?
Well, supposedly, according to whoever you are, whoever the voice is on this social audio chit chat app, you claim to be descended from a diamond dealer known as Rothschild, or I can't remember the exact name of the guy that you claim is your patrilineal great grand, whatever.
I believe it. I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah, but
And he came out, pretty honest.
no, him and I had a conversation for like 2 hours yesterday about this.
But who cares? That's like me saying my great uncle's King David. I mean,
It doesn't matter to me either.
Wait, I'm sorry. Actually, I take it back. Actually, I still don't believe you because I haven't seen proof. But you do seem like a stand-up dude, and I respect it.
You want me to send you an uncircumcised dick pic?
That just means you're a patrilineal Jew and your mother was...
He didn't say he was going to send you a picture of his dick.
Well,
Just
wait,
said
what
he's
the
gonna-
fuck? Oh, yeah, you are right. Damn, you got me. Hey, I know what it's like. Hey, so, yeah, you were circumcised as an adult?
Yeah, I told you I got it when I was 30.
I don't know. Are you fucking with me?
No, I'm dead ass.
You had a surgery done at a hospital?
Because I was too. Like, actually, I was too.
What age?
Fucking 27. Sorry for swearing, but 27.
You
How
went?
was it? How was the recovery?
Dude, it was actually pretty brutal.
Oof.
The nighttime,
Dude,
the
I had a
nighttime
girlfriend that gave
erections
me
were
mouth
brutal.
hugs.
Did it like
So it sucks for you.
burn? Like, how did it feel?
No, that's nice, man. It just felt very constricted, and then it swelled so much with the tight bandage that I thought like my penis was suffocating, and like it was gonna cause some sort of it might fall off or something.
Was there
But eventually, I changed the bandage and all that stuff. It burnt. It was hard to pee. I thought I was gonna have a problem to my urine would be obstructed. But it turned out well. Alhamdulillah,
Alhamdulillah. This is the greatest. Oh, fuck.
Dude, that sounds halal.
It is halal. It's not haram. It is halal.
Wait, did you do it because of your girlfriend?
No, dude, no. To tell you the truth,
No,
do you want to know or no? I'll tell you the story.
When I say it's halal, the doctor that did it for me had this hot freaking like nurse aide chick, and when they got done cutting it off,
she's like, hey, do you want to look at it? And I'm like, no. And she's like, it only looks like a piece of beef jerky, and that's why. She's like, it's halal. And that's what she said to me.
Yikes, dude. That's.
Wait. Are you having a question?
I don't even know how to react to
This is the
that.
kind of question that no one will get.
Did you look at it? Wait a minute. Did you look at it? I would have.
Well, I mean, she was holding it in her hand and putting it in my face. Yeah.
Disgusting.
In her bare hand? No.
No, she had a glove on.
Right. Yeah. Mashallah. Yeah.
So what if you're an anti-Semite in the US? What's going to happen to you? Like if you criticize the Jews, what will happen to you in the US?
What?
If you're like an anti-Semite, like in USA, what's going to happen to you? I mean, like Arabs do it all the time. We curse the Jews every day and night. Nothing happens. What happens to you? If you're
Nothing
like,
happens. Look at nothing happens. Observe Palestine.
Something wrong was said here. Because
it's not a joke. It's not funny.
I happen to be from an Arab country. They differentiate between Zionism.
Observe Russia.
No.
Observe Germany.
Okay.
Observe England. Observe Ireland.
All of them are the same.
Observe America.
No.
Federal Reserve. Observe.
Hezbollah people, they differentiate between Zionism and Judaism.
No, Hezbollah only differentiate Naturi Karta, but they don't like anyone.
Observe this guy being a Rothschild, getting circumcised at 31.
They hate everyone. They hate the Christians. They hate the Jews. They hate
Staring at his own foreskin.
Wait, but you're not. Hold on. I wanna understand what she's.
Zionism.
Please stop talking for a second and let me ask you: are you confusing Zionism with Judaism?
Exactly.
No, they're all the same. No.
No,
They all.
No, they're not the same. What the hell?
Okay. Sam,
Yeah, they
Sam. You speak about Naturi Karta. You say it's exception. What about
Yeah,
the
these are the
organization?
only people
Okay,
that the Arabs
I give you another organization. Jewish for Peace. It's actually a secularist Jewish movement. So they are not like Hasidim or Hasidic like Naturi Karta. So do you think those are acceptable too? Don't compare Judaism to Zionism, really. Okay, I see.
I am Wow. Why is somebody so loud? Like, Zed, is that you?
Sorry, what happened?
Somebody's really loud.
Sorry, man. I just had her plug in my headphone.
My point is, I am a Christian Zionist. I believe in the book of Revelation, which is in my Holy Bible. I believe in the state of Israel. That is what makes me a Zionist, because when
believe in what they're doing, they're killing children and women.
Okay, bravo.
that's
Before we get
you're moving the goalpost.
Yeah,
Guys, let me ask Max something, because
you want to
you
give
will
these
make me
people a
forget.
state so that they can kill a lot of other people and control a lot of other stuff. That's crazy.
And they don't believe in Jesus, and maybe they praise when the Roman killed Jesus too. So
I'm just saying, I believe in the state of Israel because, that's a sign of Jesus coming back.
Eventually.
The state of Israel, by the way, it's very existent. It opposes the Torah.
Is somebody gonna tell him? I'm not gonna tell him. I won't say.
That's something. And then you can all mumbo jumbo talk about whatever. This crazy war.
No, I still love Jesus, man. I just don't think he's proved that he's the Messiah.
Enjoy. Max, before getting circumcised.
Yeah, hold on 1 second, Bunny. You say he's not the Messiah, but can you admit that he was a Messiah?
What?
He might have been. I personally believe that he's an invention of the Jews who worked with the Romans to give the Romans theological, to convert the whole world into Noahidism, to worship the Jewish God, like Paul.
Yeah.
Paul is a Jew who is also a Roman, so kind of thing.
So you think it's a Roman Catholic Paul conspiracy theory?
There might have been other Jews as well, but yeah, almost like a midrash, yeah. But I do love Jesus stuff.
Bro,
He's like a Karaite Jew, and I love him.
that you are.
dude, you sound like a Philistine.
That's obvious. Me or him?
Me, I think.
It's like, how does a Philistine sound, or how does a
You uncircumcised Philistine.
Let me ask this.
No, he's
guys.
circumcised. He's Arab. Circumcised.
That was that verse kind of messed with my head. I was like, I don't want to be an uncircumcised Philistine.
Yeah.
Heck me, baby.
Why did you get circumcised though? Like what?
Like a haircut.
No, it's like you wanted to be an Arab or a Jew. Like why did you get circumcised?
Yeah, what's wrong with you, him?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. No, I had extreme body dysmorphia for like 20 years.
Well,
Yeah, because
I put my dick in an army soldier female, and it came back funky.
Guys, let me ask you
you
this.
put your dick in an army soldier, and it just came out circumcised. She like ate it like almost like a clutch. You know how it like got the teeth on it? It like goes in and out.
Dude.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, dude, that was it. That was it.
Got some massive pressure plate.
Oh, dude, that was it. It came out circumcised and bloody. It's tough. Sorry, that is haram. I'm sorry. Anyway, you guys want to know?
It was halal. Come on, man.
Rabboino Shalom, this has been a fascinating conversation. I did not know that, the stories of grown men and their circumcisions and like their recovery. I mean, it's like a woman doing liposuction or having,
Struggle.
yeah, I had no idea. And I gotta say, like I had never heard in my whole life an adult man ever talk about his adult circumcision. I've never heard anyone discuss it.
Hey, if women can have an abortion, they can talk about their circumcision.
So we share it.
Right.
See, us, adult circumcised men and Jews, we got a lot in common, Really rare.
You see, you do realize that all these men who are actually cutting off their dicks and going trans, all they really needed to do was get themselves circumcised. And they would have been fine. That's all they needed to do.
That laugh is funny. What the hell was that? Who just said that?
Before and after circumcision, okay? Did it affect your sexual life? I mean, if you're not circumcised.
Well, me or that? Who are you questioning?
Last longer?
Noticed any big change in like the use of your
Does it make you last longer with your wife, girlfriend, whatever, than it is to be circumcised?
Yes. So, I will say that
Go ahead.
being uncircumcised, your ceiling is higher. Like
you're
the greatest of greatest sensation,
But
it is higher.
That's only because dude, I lost like 30% of my
Crazy
sensitivity.
Do you still have your frenulum? No, did he?
Yeah, dude, yeah, the little thing right below
The
my dick
string?
head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I still got that too. They didn't like sever
Are
it.
you? That? Are you Jewish?
No.
This is the craziest convo I think I've heard in a long time.
Oh wow.
This is fucking crazy.
What about the circumcision?
Two patrilineal Jews and then two adult circumcised men, dude. And a matrilineal observable dude. This is like gotta be some kind
Yeah,
of
Rabboino
record or
Shalom.
something,
And
dude.
him, it's all you, him. Him, it's all you. You did it.
Holocaust denier in the
Him,
same room
you did it.
It's halal.
and
It's
anti-Semites.
Your
This is
PTR,
amazing.
him, your
We just
PTR
need some
says it all.
Hebrew Israelites in here.
Him, you are royalty.
Your monotheistic teachers keep trying to tell you.
And then
It's
Nazis.
one beautiful world. We love the perspectives. God put us all here, and we are in the room together by His grace.
Rabboino Shalom, it's 9/11.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, man.
I am the master of my universe.
I did meet a Tao communist the other day. I'm not sure if he was a Jew, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. I never met a Jew I didn't like. You know, I don't trust you guys. But
listen,
I love you guys.
We look at things.
Yeah.
I understand the mistrust, but I'm glad that like your simple human interaction with actual people saying they're members has been positive. That's good.
Well, from a child in Sunday school, you know, I learned to love others as myself, which is actually, you know, an inclusive, like, Jewish commandment for other Jews. But Christianity, you know, made that universal. And so I like that. And then I try to do that.
You know, it's like a miracle, man. Like before Maxit came and said, you made your top enemies. First is Jews, second is communists, third is Muslims.
That's true. That was my
fourth is
question.
Mexican.
Well, no. It was, yeah, Jews are number one. They own the world. So Jews, well, shoot, you are right. I did say blacks, but okay, Jews, communists.
You just finish it out with Black Rock.
You're right about the communists. You got to worry about them. They're dangerous. And
Yes.
They're going everywhere.
Yes, Jews,
Why do you think
communists,
they're dangerous?
blacks,
And like they're threatening your
Well,
Muslims,
as a
and then
Yes.
actually Muslims are probably number three.
the problem.
Jews,
the problem
communists,
is
Muslims, blacks, then Mexicans.
not even close.
Muslims are
Not even remotely
This
close.
guy was so funny.
Okay, what's your
What?
list? Your list.
Yeah, what's your top five, dude?
My top one is the fact that there are $416 trillion that is like an annual, like, you know, currency exchange per year on planet Earth. But BlackRock is one company that does $46 trillion. So one company is controlling 10% of the world's economy.
Trillion? 46 trillion, did you say?
Yeah, 10% of the world's economy per year. Yeah.
Those are probably Jewish bankers, man. They still qualify as Jews.
Wait. I am not able to comprehend the number. Wait. I am not able to comprehend the number. Are you saying 46 trillion?
Yeah, the world's
Yeah,
commerce
potato. 46 trillion potatoes out of a 460 trillion potato global world pool. They control 10% of the world's potatoes.
Wow, that is scary. When you say it like that,
Why do you think
that
there was a
scares
potato
me
famine?
more than money,
There was a
dude.
potato famine in Ireland. That's our
That's the truth. George Cromwell, he was funded by the Jews, so they say. I wouldn't die on that, but I know that the Jews did like run the Bank of England, so there might be something going on in there. But yeah, the Irish, that's why they fought so hard in America. They're like, screw this.
You know,
we need our potatoes.
it's kind of funny because it makes you
Fuck you
think
guys.
we're all
Sorry.
working and competing to buy potatoes. But the truth of the matter is, on Earth, the most expensive thing that we use all our work money for or our art collection is for housing. So that's the thing is real estate really is maybe kind of, you know, it's probably more important than equity or in terms of, you know, stockholder equity and market cap valuation or that type of asset, you know, in your portfolio. But real estate, you know, is the most expensive thing you'll have in your life. So like Mixed said, I can't do Aliyah because I can't even afford to buy a condo over there, basically is what he's saying.
Hey, Zen.
We all just need to grow potatoes.
Zen, I ordered
Unified.
Hold on, I ordered a new cord for my laptop, and the first thing I'm gonna do is what you said, and go on the VA and reapply.
Yeah, because you definitely you should get your disability increase and go on full disability for Christ's sake. I mean, you know, I've heard you on this app completely intoxicated. If there's anybody who's fully disabled at this point, it's you, and you should be getting paid to come on here and be a drunk if you're going to be a drunk.
So not a bad idea.
Hey guys, we have Hindu here. So there is Muslim, 2 Jews, a Nazi Christian, an atheist, and Christian, and we have Hindu. It's almost one Buddhist.
I'm a Hebrew descent, circumcised,
I'm not a
man
Christian, but I do love
with his frenulum still intact.
I am circumcised.
Frenulum. Haven't you ever seen the frenulum swing? Anyway.
Yeah, but dude, most people would have to Google what you meant when you said that.
Well, the crazy part is like, I don't like people have never considered. I could tell this conversation like never considered like. Have you guys even like thought about the sexual like differences between circumcised and uncircumcised? Probably not, right? A little bit. Okay. Well, yeah, man, but sex still feels really good. And I do believe that oral is slightly better.
Honestly, sex was way better when I was uncircumcised.
It still feels really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying
the ceiling. Yeah, the ceiling is higher.
The sensitivity is what changed.
It feels like a mild orgasm, like the whole time in a way. Sometimes, like that. That's how I would describe it.
Everything has advantages.
By the way, if you trust World Health Organization, there is an article in 2017 about how circumcision protect you from IST.
That's propaganda, dude. It's like so negligent. Yeah, it's like
it has nothing to do with STDs, but it's I mean, hygiene-wise, of course, it's better.
Do the Chinese circumscribe? Do the Chinese
negligible?
Dude, I don't. I'll tell you right now, the one thing I don't miss is the schmegma.
No, what the fuck? You can still get schmegma with a circumcised cock. What are you talking about? I still get schmegma. If you jerk off and you let your dribble go around your ring, you're gonna get that schmegma.
Say it the Jewish way, please. A little schmeggy. Come on.
Listen, you've never smelled funk until you take your finger and wipe it around the circumference of your cock and take a whiff of your finger. That smell itself is called.
That's disgusting. What they're talking about? It's like, what the hell?
Well, it's about chemistry, because what is a smell? A smell. Do you know what they call smells in chemistry? It's called phenols. It's called phenols. Do you know what a phenol is? A phenol is a molecule in the air that goes into your nasal refractory and goes into your taste buds. So when you smell your smegma, you're actually taking the air molecules of the smegma and putting it on your palate. And that's how you smell the smegma.
You took that from the Ice Harvest, early movie with Elijah Wood.
What are you talking about? I just made that up.
No, he had this whole bit, Elijah Wood, about what smelling really was.
Yeah, you sound like George Carlin.
No, I mean, that's how I understood phenols in chemistry.
Yeah, and I understand schmegma because I used to have it.
It's like a fart. They say that a fart is just air passing over a turd, but technically, a fart is a molecule going into your olfactory response system and getting put into your palate.
It's like your crotch sweat. Kind of how it smells. So a good test for the feeling of circumcised versus uncircumcised. Let me finish, please. Is the palm of your hand versus the back of your hand. If you like rub that lightly, that's kind of the difference. Not really a massive deal, but every once and again it was.
I rub my palm a lot. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's the difference. Like if you're uncircumcised, that it feels like your palm when you lightly rub it. And then if you are circumcised, it feels like the back of your hand.
Why do you go through 2 bottles of conditioner per month?
Gotta keep them soft, boys.
So, gentlemen, I mean, as we continue to chop it up, my time is limited. I am being such a derelict here, and my manager has made an appointment with me at 10:30. I was supposed to be in the office. I'm still not going to go to the office, even though I have this appointment with her. So my point is, I want to be honest, but I also, I never want to lie. That's the biggest thing is, no matter what your communication is, once you start engaging in lying, and somebody catches on to it, meaning that like they know all communication is hypnosis. So if you're not just very simple and direct, or you're not trying to fix a lie or admit a lie, you're lying many times. It's like 1/4 of the time, a lot of people are lying.
You lie when you like, open your mouth, because the more you talk, the further away from the truth you get. You can go walk through that little screen of, like, you got the yin and the yang going into your kitchen area. You can go back in that side of the room.
Yeah, it's true. So basically what I'm telling you is I have a hard out in 8 minutes, and then I'm going to have to go read a bunch of stuff and put a bunch of stuff together for my 10:30 meeting, which is in an hour. Then I've got real work I have to do, which honestly I have not been doing because I come to Clown House because I'm so addicted to recording everybody, because I think the fact that you can record people and have access to people's minds willy-nilly on the drop of a dime, and you can record that, to me, that's like ChatGPT times a million.
I was in your Snap room. I was in your, your YouTube or whatever the crap live you were doing. When I was in your room on the other apps, and then I found out that you were on Clubhouse in this room, and I came in this room to find you on this side. I sent you a message. I called you, a couple minutes, probably like an hour ago at this point, or 30 minutes ago, somewhere in there. Dude, bruh, like, I know him. I know McZed. Like, McZed and I have gone back and forth. Actually, I like McZed's energy.
He's a mentat. And where he finds the time to come on here to be a mentat, and he says that he doesn't have the money to do Aliyah and buy a condo with us because he's got to take care of him here. It's like, bro, how do you call this work? Listening or speaking, it's the same thing. No one can concentrate on this fucking app if you're listening to it. It's highly hypnotic.
It's a lot of fun to ignore people.
So you use this app as like an inversion then?
Hey, dude, this app, as a men talk myself, this mind keeps my mind in motion.
Old style beer is not the essence of a mentat, okay? McZed's mentat comes from books. Your mentatism comes from beer and your fantasy books on your shelf.
Why do you hate dragons and elves, man?
I see, that's the thing. I know you're really smart, but I'm just saying that, like, in terms of I don't know, McZed, have you read fantasy books? Like, I know you know movies, but like, how far have you gone into science fiction and fantasy novels?
I'm more interested in comic books than the sci-fi fantasy stuff.
Okay, so how do you view comic books in terms of like magic, in the sense that the authors, the creators, the script writers, the cartoonists, they are reading occult materials and then creating essentially, comic books like the Avengers or Mandrake the Magician or Doctor Strange the Magician. Like, it's all this essentially, like, it all deals with esoteric Judaism or Kabbalah in many ways. Not always, but in many of the circumstances in comic books, they're taking Christian mysticism or Jewish mysticism or Hindu mysticism or Islamic mysticism, just like the movie Dune. So that's or Druidic or whatever. I mean, they're drawing from sources. So my point is, do you recognize that and see the universal one God religion or occult mysticism, interchanged within, American comic books?
It's hard for me to identify that, like, stories are particularly Jewish when their source code is like people that were Christian, right? My guess is that there were a lot of great different styles of stories. I think the Christians either incorporated them, whitewashed them, reformatted them, like lost. Whatever it was the ancient Norse people believed, it's not available to us anymore.
Hey, Maxine.
Superman and Batman are Jewish.
No, there is.
Well, but like, let's start at like the oldest written story that we could kind of fucking understand with each other, the Epic of Gilgamesh. Like, what super ideologies have we? No, that's way before Judaism.
Yeah,
exactly. But there is a story which I like so much.
It was written
just
in.
interrupted him.
Okay, go ahead. I'll shut up.
One question. Thank you. Attack on Titan, Maxine. Did you watch it or did you read it as a manga? The
What?
Japanese one. Shinji Kyoji, Attack on Titans. Did you read the manga?
Oh, no. I watched the anime. I think my
It's
son might have
basically
read the anime.
the
Read the
Jewish
manga.
story. Don't let him, because at the end of the story, the Jewish became
Captain
evil.
Levi?
Exactly. So the chosen one, the Messiah, who tried to save the Jewish people who get discriminated of all the time, he will be the evil one and try to destroy all the world. So that's the story of that Japanese writer.
Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
I
but
like
the thing-
that's named after my son.
McZed, I'm sorry. Like, honestly, the way that y'all were talking about Hitler, like, when the point I was trying to make about, like, him being a Jew, like, he wanted all Germans to die. And I think that's why he became the leader of the Germans in order to cause a war so other people would kill all the Germans.
That's just propaganda, man. But it's pretty usual
I think
thing.
he was fighting for Germany. He just didn't care that much about Poland and Czechoslovakia. Or France. But I mean, everyone hated France. Like, it's kind of okay with that.
Yeah, I got family in Chechnya, so I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hitler was fighting communism. That's
Yeah.
what was going on.
He just didn't care about the other ones.
Yeah, but communism, according to Hitler, was labeled Jewish Bolshevikism. I mean, it's still
That's
anti-Semitism.
what it was.
Well, you
Yeah,
sure
that's what
about
it was.
that? I mean, that's the story you're told. I'm not
Well,
so
the
sure about
question
that.
is, was his objection to communism
A couple
on a
rabbis say
political
that.
and economic basis, or was it based on his anti-Semitism? Which, like, clearly he went way farther in terms of the people under his control to actually kill the Jews than anyone in history.
Yeah, well, all right, let me ask you, how many Jews died and how many Germans died?
A lot.
No, what is the difference?
In percentage? I don't know.
That's a question you need to ask yourself then.
I don't know. What was the total population
The
of
Red
Germany?
the Red Cross numbered the Jews at 300,000.
When?
No, it was the count for the Jews was
I'll tell you what, man. I'm telling you right now.
Million. Dude, I lived in Germany for 3 years. I lived
wouldn't
right
die
next to
on that.
Nuremberg.
I'm going to tell you the truth.
I've been there and I've seen it.
I wouldn't die on that, but I cannot say that more than a million
You
Jews
wouldn't
died.
die on it because you've never been there and seen it, apparently.
Well, hold on a second. I gotta say, you're being very petty when you can't admit maybe it's 2 to 6 million. If you can't say maybe it's 2 million, it's like, bro, how petty can you be, man? It's just pointless. Like, and it's, dude. I mean, if you look at the total numbers,
I don't even think it's a million, really.
really, when you look at the total World War II stats, you can do basic statistics and figure out that the 6 million number is most likely, it may be inflated only by a couple 100,000. I mean, and I've been looking at this stuff for
4 million.
no, I've looked at the numbers, and if you look at the total war deaths, civilian and military, and then you look at the concentration camp numbers, and you look at the Jewish population in Poland and Germany and Eastern Europe, and you view because the Nazi machine was essentially a forced labor camp.
The Russians lost over 1 million soldiers.
Yeah, I got to tell you, man, when you really look at the numbers, I think that your denial of, let's just say 6 million, it's still the CG Young unincorporated shadow within you, and you're too lazy to go do real research. I'm too lazy to do anything at this point.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't even 6 million Jews.
I'm talking
in
on the phone
Germany.
that you sent me, Zed.
But him, what make difference? I never make a research about.
So here's the thing: how can a death camp have a hospital? Doesn't make sense.
Maybe for
They were labor camps for the war effort, and he was in the middle of expelling Jews
because
he feared they were communists, just like Bolshevism.
Because of people like me.
What is that?
What do you mean?
I was a
An
combat
American soldier?
I was a combat medic, and if I would have been captured by the standards I've been trained by, I have to render aid. They say name rank serial number, like, that's all you're supposed to say if you're a captured, soldier. But if you're a combat medic, you have to, like, if there's injured people that are on the your capturing side, you have to render them aid. You have to do things. Like, there are different standards. That's why you end up with hospitals within bro, come
Within
on,
a death
man.
camp.
So what you mean like they put together like
Doesn't make sense.
hostage of American armies and the Jewish people, they put it together, and gypsies too? No, I don't think so. And
That's another thing, right? If he hated only Jews, I mean, there were gypsies and
Aris.
Christians,
Aris.
so-called
Not him.
Catholics.
Hold on. Aris, like him and Aris. Like him. You know where I come from on my great grandfather's side. And like his people were actually Romanian Jews that were gypsies that used to live in, I've heard stories about them living in wagons and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen like proof
Well,
of
I
the
mean,
gypsies.
they're not stories,
but I
they're
see what you're
songs,
saying.
but they're songs, but they're stories.
I know they were Catholics and Jews in the same camps, so it's like not right there. It tells you it's not a specifically Jewish thing.
Yeah, but these types of arguments are totally useless discourse because they're just historical arguments. It's historical hypnosis, but you have a perspective really you kind of have like a secret shame or a hidden hate within you. That's my opinion.
I'm envious of Jews. I wish I could convert. Yeah.
Well, my point is, don't stop at 1650. Go to the year 900 AD. Go to the year 600 AD. Do you even know what happened during every 100-year period up into the year, 2024? Meaning like 20 blocks of history and data. Meaning that like all these arguments on this app is so fucking superfluous, or essentially it's like, I don't know. To me, the high value thing on this app is always going to be the EQ that you can bring into the situation for other people. The IQ stuff is ridiculous because it's just data blocks. It's uploading, downloading information. And the historical hypnosis stuff, if you look at it in 20 blocks of 2,000 years, you got to chop it up, and you got to stop with this Jewish focus of even communication. And that, to me, that's like my greatest privilege, is to come on this app and bust up all these anti-Jew communication rooms, because it's low IQ, it's low EQ, and that's the reason. Yeah.
It's just objective, man.
Hold on. No, what he's saying is.
But yeah, they lived in Germany for 1,700 years, and then all of a sudden,
oh my gosh, you can't help
Germany
yourself,
just hates the Jews.
You can't help yourself. What I'm saying is, like, what he's saying at that point is, like, we can be as smart and as articulate with the facts, the objective things. That's
opinion.
All he's
at
saying
the end of it.
But what he's saying is the uploading and downloading of facts that we already know to be true. These are objective things we know to be true. But when you have,
I hold you guys to a higher standard.
But when you have the emotional equivalent or the emotional understanding, your EQ, like, you're able to understand with feeling and have subjective ideas about what you know to be objectively real. And if you're being honest with one another with a high EQ, then you can have a meaningful conversation. Otherwise, you end up with a room full of trolls when everybody yells really loud and they turn their microphones up.
Okay, just one. Give me a chance, please. I don't know why Zayn criticized me. I never said that I have a problem with 6 million Jews.
No, I was debating him. Honest, I wasn't even listening to you the whole day, to tell you the truth. I don't even know who you are.
Okay. Doesn't matter. Mister, I just ask you a question. Like, what is the difference to prove it's 300,000 Jews who were killed or 6 million? What is the difference really like?
It's just more white guilt that we don't need. sort of thing. It's a very
No, that's
it's
not
a
the
very
difference.
powerful
The difference is that people.
political tool.
Dude, I want to know what is the definition of white guilt?
It's that white people are the worst people, and you should just
What is
bow
white?
down to everyone else.
What is white?
Come on, man.
No, I mean, listen. White is the opposite of black.
Are you trying to bring back the fourth Reich?
No, him is still
No, I just
struggling.
think it's for objective truth, really.
Listen,
Ultimately,
you hit the nail on the head just a moment ago when you said life is opinion, universe is transformation or change. That's the real situation. That's the real paradigm of your life. That's a universal characteristic that everyone has to enjoin to or accept. And some people can't even accept that life is opinion. It's unbelievable, but people cannot accept that maxim or aphorism, just like that they can't accept that all communication is hypnosis. McZed's PTR, people ask him about it. What does that mean? And he says, I don't know. It's a picture I found on the internet.
It is.
I get that, but he's not describing what the symbols mean. The symbols mean Hermetic mysticism, above and below, below and above, or above as below, meaning that.
Now, guys, I've told you this before.
Actually, it means man.
Listen, there's two main symbols in McZed's picture, which is the circle and the arrow. The arrow is go straight on.
It's from a story.
Go ahead, McZed.
I know the story. There's this old story called the Sword of Damocles. I did a search for Sword of Damocles and icon. I found this. I liked it. I use it.
I like the name Damocles. Go ahead.
I get it. Sword of Damocles. I mean, we could look up that story and go into that mythology and whatnot, but the sword is a tool. It's an instrument, one of four. And, I, as an officer, I used to carry a sword, and I still own many swords. But to me, a sword is a symbol, and it creates division. But a sword it has many facets.
The circle is to represent the abdomen. The sword is to represent the dick. That's a symbol of man.
No, what I'm saying is the phallic image of that arrow going downward is the strength of God coming down, which is essentially Holy Spirit. It always goes back to spirit or ruach. So that is breathing, or as they say in the African American community, breathing. So that's the truth of the earth.
The Sword of Damocles is about a story where the king allowed a
please wait your turn, Summer.
But
Why
the
is
beggar
the
could
sign
only
of a
sit
plus,
on
right?
throne.
Wait your turn, Summer.
There was hung above his head a sword by the strand of a thread. That's the Sword of Damocles.
Which in many ways is like the mistletoe. And that's kissing or engaging in love or breathing with another person. I am looking for my soulmate, my shidducha. And I am a viable shidduch, even at 41, bald, and in debt and bankrupt, Rabboino Shalom, because I have been studying the symbols, Rabboino Shalom, and I want to thank McZed for giving clarity.
I am the master of my universe also.
Ribono Shalom. It is self-actualization. That's all I'm trying to say. And I've been accused of being a self-actualization troll. And I want to say, Ribono Shalom, it's important to troll the self-actualizers. Because you do have to look out for number one. But don't step in number two, Ribono Shalom.
What is Ribono
It's a
Shalom?
fact.
It means master of the universe. I'm master of my universe.
You don't question it. It just is.
It means I'm the master of my universe.
What is the sign plus? I know the next that, his front is like a penis, but what is the sign plus for the women?
That's the symbol for women. Like on like the Volvo cars.
No, but I understand, but why do they pick the sign plus, like a cross for the women, vagina?
It's the symbol of Venus. It's an astrological symbol that represents the planet. It's basically astrological symbolism.
What about this arrow, like the arrow for the man? Why is it like an arrow?
That represents the phallic energy or the spirit of God. If it's diagonal, that's a thunderbolt, and in the symbol of male or man in the emoji icons, it's a circle with a phallic object going up and to the right, which is still the same metaphor for the lightning bolt, which supposedly in wisdom or in occult represents wisdom, which is hidden knowledge or intelligence.
But like, why the women? Why did they make like a cross sign for the women, like a plus?
Again, it's the symbol of fertility.
Because
Plus one.
Because
X
a
marks
man is supposed to treat a woman like she's Jesus. Like he loves her.
I think you're forgetting about Mary, maybe the Virgin. Listen, it's all symbolism.
That's why the cross is in there, because men are supposed to love women like, you know.
Look at the bell pepper, look at the knife, and look at the cucumber symbolism in the title. You know, the bell pepper. Why is that a bell? What is a bell? You ring a bell, ding dong. It creates a vibration, which is essentially a meditation, which should tell you to shut the fuck up and stop talking all the time and start meditating on good information. Running your mouth is not chopping it up. See that knife? It's diagonal left to right, not right to left. That means you're inverting, and that's why you're having problems in your life and you're a drunk. And then the right one is a cucumber, which is right to left, which is a giant green dildo, which is the supreme energy of being a man. Yeah. So take that cucumber, stick it up your bum, and you're gonna come.
That's incredible. Thank you for sharing that.
I think he got mad because he got his frenulum cut.
How did that part go with the coming? How did it go?
Stick that cucumber up your bum, and you're gonna come.
Yes. I love you, man. You're not broke, man. You might be bald, but you're not broke. Don't make me feel bad for you. You know, you're kind of a brilliant dude.
Don't feel bad for him.
No.
Dude, fucking yoga on video, man. That dude fucking, he's more limber than I am.
I'm technically broke, but like,
As a freaking timber, dude.
listen, I'm broke in terms of like my environment. Meaning that if I were to become a square and settle all my debts, I would literally be bankrupt and broke. But the whole point is I have a meeting with my black manager in 45 minutes, and she's probably going to chop me up.
I thought it was like 3 minutes ago. It was 8 minutes.
No, my point is,
It's important she's black, yeah. It is important.
my point is I work with my manager is a black woman, and she's very aggressive. And I know that when she schedules an impromptu meeting with me, she's going to try to chop me up. And the whole point is staying.
I want to know, is this your manager at the real estate office?
Yeah. And so my point is that she's going to destroy me because I come on Clown House all day long and chop it up and don't do any actual work for the organization. I'm a no-shower who keeps getting that paycheck. And so the important thing, this is the secret of being successful and this is the beautiful thing about Clown House, is that you will come to know that in the work environment, it's the same thing as the Clown House environment, meaning that people in the work environment do want to gaslight you. It is very Machiavellian.
Yeah, but Zen, if I told you I had $100,000, I'll give you, and I'll give you 7% commission as the buyer, agent, seller, agent, whatever, and you go find me, 6 properties around Chicago in like the most broke down areas, and I just buy the land like I'm playing Monopoly. Would she be mad at somebody like me talking to you on Clubhouse about making a business deal like that?
Yeah, she would say you're wasting your fucking time. You got real work you have to do that you're getting paid for not to do. My whole point is anger management. Meaning that in the game of chopping it up, which is essentially, running at the lip, shut the front door and kick rocks, is I can chop it up with the best of you. And this is the greatest thing about Clown House is it's like playing poker in 10,000 simulations. You're going to become a good poker player because of your memory. And so when somebody in the real world comes to chop it up with you, You're not going to respond in the way that you've ever responded in the past, hopefully, because you're able to hack your patterning, which is really what everyone is doing on this app. They're repeating themselves ad infinitum. And if you're not putting new information into your mind, you're going to continue repeating yourself. So I hope that we have chopped it up and that you reevaluate your strategies for long-term success in this room.
Dude, you're telling me what my grandma taught me. My mama, she said, if you always do it, you always did. You always get what you always got.
Exactly, but you're the worst offender of essentially what I'm trying to preach against. I mean, you come on here completely inebriated. That's not being the best you. That's really you, killing yourself.
And what's your point? What's your point?
Reboino Shaloylam, I'm just saying, if we want to be...
I'm the rest of my universe also.
I agree. My point is, Reboino Shaloylam is my point. And you're not Reboino Shaloylam. You're choosing to, not Reboino Shaloylam in the... You're not essentially phoenixing...
Are you mad I get a choice?
No, I'm trying to tell you that I'm trying to launch rockets, okay? This is how you win wars. And your rocket booster...
Dude, if you want to be Palestine, I'll play Risk with you.
Listen, your rocket booster is misfiring, and I'm just trying to, I'm not calling you out in public. This is a very private setting. I'm trying to say that I pray that you do not continue your pattern.
Call me out. Dude, I can literally call you on the phone right now.
That's fine. My point is, I'm trying to tell you that a lot of people are concerned with, your consumption more so even than of your death threats.
But you think that I care.
Well, my point is, if you had better books, you could probably change your behavior. That's why I'm critiquing your fantasy bookshelf, because I don't see Marcus Aurelius there.
This is me calling you.
It's a great move. Really commendable.
Listen, I see my phone ringing, but my whole point is we're already talking. I don't think you see. There's no difference.
Well, I mean, pick up to prove it.
No, I'm not picking up my phone right now.
To prove it. Reboyo Shaloylam.
I'm the master of my universe.
Same here. I mean, we try to be, but it's still just conventions. It's still LARPing and wordplay.
You didn't want to pick up because you got scared. I mean, like him, yeah, like I said, I have cousins.
Yeah. Oh, I understand. Reboyo Shaloylam.
Hey, Dad, about your fantasies, do you think dragons can fight?
Here you are. There you go. Let me answer.
Are you? Wait, is this guy Rothschild too?
I hear his mom is gorgeous.
Okay. It's pretty good. So 2 Rothschilds that are both patrilineal. The Rothschilds were just like, screw being a trillionaire.
Dude,
I need a gorgeous woman.
All right, there are about 6 million Jews within Israel. There are about 5 million recognized Jews within America. Do you know how many of us are cousins with them? I wish you motherfucking would.
A lot.
I wish you motherfucking would. Dude, I'm a Georgia boy. He's a fucking Yankee. Bruh, we've got different ways of dealing with things, but we still get it done. I wish fucking fuck around, find out people fucking around, because I need something to do. I'm bored.
Oh shit. So you're lazy, but when you get bored, then you fuck shit up. God damn it.
Well, you're new to America?
Yeah, right. That's a good one. Are you Irish? You must be a little Irish in there. Don't lie.
I'm not.
You got a little redhead somewhere in there.
I do have a red beard, but I'm not Irish. I don't think anyone in the family ever made it to Ireland.
You know what's interesting?
Actually,
Yeah.
the Rothschilds, when they were part of the Scottish, court, the Rothschilds in the Scottish court were known as the Red Beards or the Red Bears, but they were either the King of Scotland's like personal guard or the court jester. If you want to know about the Rothschilds, oh man, my dog's got somebody.
The Jews, they say that one of the lost tribes made it to Israel. To Ireland. I don't really think it's too far-fetched.
I got baptized.
Wow, look at this woman. She is incredible.
I got baptized
Amazing.
in this church called the Intercontinental Church of God when I was like
I didn't even know a woman could be that beautiful. Mixed, you were right. The European white women they're more pretty. Can't believe it.
All right, but Zen, you said you got baptized in a church called the Intercontinental Church of what?
God. My point is, what the hell was my point?
Wow.
My point is that I don't even know what my point is anymore. It's just exhausting. When you chop it up, in many ways, you just... Yeah, Raboinoi Shaloiloim. I agree with you. To me, a beautiful brunette, I don't know what it is about a beautiful brunette, but if I were to have like the same exact person, with a brunette hair and a blonde hair, I would probably choose that brunette hair 60% of the time. 60% of the time. So what is it about brunette hair? Yeah, what is it about brunette hair that, to me, like in terms of, they say that the blonde is a suggestion of fertility or like a baby's youth, and so that's highly attractive, like blonde hair, blue eyes. It is like a fertility type of color symbol or diagram. But my point is, what is it about a beautiful brunette that seems to transcend the beautiful blonde?
Here's what it is right here. It's the dynamic. It's the dynamic of the white skin with the brunette bush. See that? You don't have that with the blonde. So that's really what's going on. Shaloi Doloi.
Well,
of all the things that I am not in the world as far as descendant, I'm not Spanish. And Spanish is blonde hair and blue eyed.
A little south. A little south. They're not always blonde hair and blue. They're kind of dark, ain't they?
No, you're talking about the Corsicans.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't know there was blonde hair and blue eyed in Spain.
The royal family from Spain is blonde hair and blue eyed. But when the Moors, came across, the Mediterranean into Spain and took over for, a couple hundred years, and then built all the shit that they built, they were having sex with all the blonde hair, blue eyed women. And then
I don't blame them. Yeah.
But their children became the Corsicans.
How many, I have a more interesting question for you than the 6 million Jews. How many people do you think have died in human history getting into a boat and going into the ocean?
Wow. I would say 6 million.
Are you shitting me? 6 million? Do you want to know what the real number is?
Dude, in the T's.
You're talking probably, 100 million people have probably died in the ocean, throughout human history, or even more. At least.
Do you believe in giant squids?
100%. It's actually, I'll tell you what, I'll go as high as 300 million people in human history have died getting into boats and going into the ocean. 300 million. Ocean or lake, 300 million at least.
1 trillion.
You're gonna go with a human trillion. 1 trillion humans have died getting into water.
A human trillion.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many humans do you think have ever lived in human history?
That's a big number.
I mean, Mixed, what do you say, Mixed?
Say 500 billion. I'm gonna say 500 billion.
But for me, I'm gonna have to start at 14,000 years ago, because our oldest understanding of archaeological is Göbekli Tepe, which is in Turkey, which is 12,000 BC.
We're only in the year 5,800.
But that was the oldest monolithic society that we know about. If I move forward 14,000 years from that point to this point, and then put a number of people that have died in the water, I'd probably say 1 trillion.
Do we consider the people of Noah are drowning in water too, or they are different? Before
That's a good question. Was that a worldwide flood or just a local flood? Worldwide,
It's
right?
well, they say in throughout the record, whether it's Mexico or Central America or anywhere around the world, they do have this universal flood story in all the mythologies.
It's true.
But that does seem to me to reflect more of a metaphor about what is the metaphor of water in the consciousness, meaning that it's more of a Tony Robbins type of perspective to life, which is what Bruce Lee said: be like water, which is flow. Stop resisting. Go with the flow.
He's a crypto Jew.
Zen, do
you know that?
Do you understand Younger Dryas?
Younger Dryas?
Yeah, Google it. Younger Dryas.
Do you know what the acronym LMGTFY stands for? When I used to work at Google, this is what I would tell everybody who'd ask me all kinds of questions. I'd say, you work at Google, LMGTFY.
No, Younger Dryas was an impact event when a comet, fell into our Earth, and then it hit the planet with such an impact, it was like a nuclear event, and it caused a global cooling, because there was so much ash thrown in the air from the impact that it blocked out.
I get it. You know what another impact event is?
And that's dude, but they can prove this.
I get it. Do you know about impact event hypnosis? Have you ever heard of impact event hypnosis? Have you ever heard of impact event hypnosis?
The understanding of reality, yes.
Yeah. Raboino Shalom. That's my point is, how long are you going to go just doing useless discourse on Clown House till you find out that really you are just an infinite being who can talk forever? And so it does become a question of how do you contain the genie in the bottle? And you're not doing a very good job of containing your genie in the bottle, I got to tell you.
If I'm an infinite being that could talk forever, why are you telling me to shut up?
I'm trying to play the devil's advocate for your benefit and everybody else's benefit as to the psychological understanding of what's happening in this paradigm.
I don't care. You go and be the devil. I don't care.
I know, but it takes the devil to accuse someone of being the devil. I mean, everyone has the same paradigm. I'm just saying that.
I didn't accuse you of being the devil. You're the one that said you were the devil.
My point is, when we talk, or you talk with anyone on this app, or for everyone for that sake, when you listen to somebody, you're technically giving up your right as the speaker, and you're letting them speak for you.
But you can't speak for me, so you're not making a very good point.
See, again, this is where you're wrong. When you're listening to me, I'm technically hypnotizing you, and you are allowing my speakership to supersede your listening, which makes what I'm saying a hypnosis, and what makes happening is the fact...
Your hypnosis ideology is subjective to my understanding, and then reciprocation of the communication.
All right.
Listen, what we're trying to say is life is opinion, universes change.
And, life's a bitch in a G-string. You pair at the bar, you pair at the house. One of the two.
Again, all communication is hypnosis, and the more we think, the further from the truth we get. Stop thinking and end your problems.
It's lying.
And I want to thank him for putting together this podcast that I've recorded across, 10 different Instagrams and live streamed on YouTube, etc. It's been called Chopping It Up with Friends Worldwide. And I got to say, I believe in the concept of friends forever, friends for life. That's what I say.
Hey, I'm gonna go get another beer.
I say friends for life. That's what I say. So thank you, him. Thank you.
Idea.
Thank you, sir. My wonderful patron. It's been fun and it's been an honor. So I bid you all adieu, farewell, best wishes, health, wealth, love, peace of mind. Riboinoi.
Tschüss.
Shalom. Riboinoi. Shalom.
Matsagero. Man, you suck at ending a fucking phone call.
You know what I gotta laugh is like people are worried about, all kinds of tiny little stupid things that mean nothing, that are totally irrelevant, because it's like, if
You mean like the fact that you gotta go meet your black boss in 36 minutes?
28 minutes. My point is, it's like people are going to stress over, all these little things, but it's just, you could categorize it all. But the fact is, when you have a conversation with somebody, there's so much information in the background that you don't have time to discuss, that you have to admit most conversations, like 80% of almost all conversations, or even more, I would go as high as that 99 out of 100 conversations are completely superfluous. Like they are actually just, it's really nonverbal communication, which is happening, which is not readily
My
recordable.
neighbor came over last night. She didn't say anything, and she just gave me a blowjob and then left. What kind of
Not a bad
communication
idea.
is that?
Wait, your neighbor came to you to give you a blowjob? No way.
Wait a second.
Can you,
We knew you were gonna come around.
No, for sure. I mean, it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Well,
she can't resist the frenulum swing.
No. She just.
Well, that's because I wiped the schmegma away.
Oh my god.
Gotta do that. Raboina Shalom.
What did you give her? How did you convince her to do that?
He gave her his schmegma.
I like her pig got out of her